Welcome, ladies and gents. So remember, we heard this rumours and rumblings that The Flash would basically erase the Snyderverse. Although, quote, people are saying, oh, it doesn't erase the Snyderverse. It just parks it. Of which they're probably never going to revisit, let's be honest. We've now had some interviews with Ben Affleck revealing some interesting tidbits of info. So, one hand, he basically reveals that this was the best stuff he's ever done. He's super happy with it. Great, cool, awesome. Let's hope that is the case. And secondly, he says, yeah, it is 100% my final appearance. Adding more weight to those rumours that people poo-pooed. Because, of course, if you don't know, ladies and gents, is that Batgirl and Supergirl will be leading the DC cinematic universe moving forwards, because the future is female, as it were. Allegedly. Even in superheroes, ladies and gents, even in superheroes, men just can't have anything positive to follow these days, it seems. Whoever thought this was a good idea. Ridiculous. But anyway, let's dive into this. So, Ben Affleck says The Flash features his final scenes as Batman. His favourite scenes, sorry, and I guess technically his final scenes. And confirms it will be his final appearance. So this is the Herald Sun. But it just popped in nicely here in an article. So I thought we'd just take a look at it. So, Ben Affleck first suited up as Batman in 2016's, which is crazy to think now, 6 years ago, in Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, and later appeared in both Suicide Squad and Justice League. His tenure as the Cape Crusader ended there, and plans for him to direct and star in The Batman, which is, again, so incredible to remember, to think of that. Do you remember that? There was all this talk, we're going to do a Batman film, it's going to be amazing, Ben Affleck's going to star, he's writing it, he's directing it, yeah! And now we're getting Robert Pattinson's Batman, which I'm looking forward to. Just crazy, that's where we started, and now we've ended up with a brand new Batman. It's just, Warner Brothers, what are you doing? Absolute shit show. But just honestly, I literally, we go from Ben Affleck to Matt Reeves, I'm like, what? Honestly, it's such a twist round, like you're going to snap your neck and get whiplash. But anyway, so obviously, plans for him to direct the Batman fell by the wayside as it became increasingly clear that the actor had grown unhappy with Warner Brothers' handling of Bruce Wayne. So something has changed. I don't. Was that fully the reason why? I highly, I don't like the blame being just solely put on Ben Affleck. That I don't. Yeah, something has changed over the last couple of years, though, as Affleck returned to shoot additional material for Zack Snyder's Justice League, and will also appear in The Flash this November, which is, my god, what a very, very long way out that film is. November? Wow. And you showed like a teaser trailer, like a year out? That's you got some balls there, Warner Brothers, you got some balls. Ironic, because it will be women leading the charge, but never mind. Talking to the Herald Sun, Affleck spoke extremely positively about his experience working on the Scarlet Speedster's solo outing. It's not solo though, is it? Ezra Miller is such a boring person, you've had to have him pop in it, and to sell it, you have to have another person playing the Flash, aka him again. You have to have two Batmen, you have to have Supergirl, and who else is going to turn up? I mean, it's not really a solo outing, is it? Because he's such a bloody boring actor, and no one likes him. So anyway, he would go on to say the following, and I quote, "Maybe my favourite scenes in terms of Batman and the interpretation of Batman that I have done were in the Flash movie." Good. Reassuring. Love it. Now, a few things to unpack there. The scenes is literally just scenes, like he's talking about scenes and shots and stuff. Cool. Maybe he's got some really fun action to do. We don't know. I've not really seen any leaks about this. However, the interpretation is an interesting one. So, how are they changing the Batman? Because that's it, isn't it? This is my favourite interpretation of the Batman, which does indicate that there's going to be a change moving forwards, which is, again, like I said, quite interesting. And he said, I quote, "I hope they maintain the integrity of what we did, because I thought it was great and really interesting, different, but not in a way that is incongruent with a character. Who knows? Maybe they will decide that it doesn't work, but when I went and did it, it was really fun and really, really satisfying and encouraging, and I thought, wow, I think I finally figured it out." Interesting. It's interesting that he's essentially saying, hey, they might not use my stuff. With the terms, you know, who knows? Maybe they will decide that it doesn't work. It basically sounded like they might not use it, as if his scenes are surplus, but never mind. So these type of comments will no doubt leave many of you hoping that the door is open to Affleck continuing to play Batman beyond the Flash. Probably unlikely, because he did confirm the following about Zack Snyder's, you know, movie and things like this. He said, it's a really nice finish on my experience with that character. Which I think, in fairness, does actually confirm what we'd already heard, that he's probably, like, yeah, Batgirl's going to lead the charge as is Supergirl. I've got no reason to doubt those claims at all anymore. So a bit of a shame. And just briefly, this was some interesting element here as well. So he spoke on the Howard Stern show. He said, I was hurt. I was less hurt than I would have been 10 years earlier. But I was hurt because I felt like, wait a minute, come on, what do I got to do? You know, what do I mean? Like, I'm just, you know, like, Jesus Christ. This is all about him being cast as the Batman. And he said the following. I thought it was an interesting idea, but you know what? I also realised now this turns into a petition. Now they got this thing, everybody's going to do a petition protesting my casting as Batman. 100,000 people. You signed a fucking petition. Like you have anything better to do with your day than sign petitions. But ironically, the reason I did this is I wanted to do a movie for my kids, particularly my son, that they would see and be proud of. So I thought that was like quite a nice way to end this video. How it's like a compliment sandwich, isn't it? You know, he's the end, but also he comments on how he was hurt by the backlash from his casting, and then he was like, you know what, actually, fuck you all. I just want to do a film for my son, which is nice actually. There's another actor that does films solely for his kids. I can't remember who it is. But it's nice when people do that. They're like, oh, you're an action figure for my kid. There you go. But anyway, there you go. What do you think? Ben Affleck confirming different interpretation, but not incongruent to the character. So that's a bit of grey area. Let's see how that goes. And then obviously confirming this is absolutely my last venture as Batman. So I think adding credence to those rumours. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Guys, I've got memberships and Patreon and a second channel, which you might really like. It's got vlogs and cars and all that good stuff on there. Lots of Jasper too. You can check that out and all the other stuff I mentioned in the description box. I really want to push up my Instagram and Twitter followers. So follow me, please, at Mr. H Reviews. Thank you all so much for watching, the guys. Take care.